everyone, and welcome to Weekly Plug-In, where we talk about whatever we want,
whenever we want.
We are eFFn Gaming. I'm Cinemadrue.
And I'm Jellyhewby.
And here we go. Our first topic is about children and their spending habits. Actually, them spending their parents' money. Apparently, a kid has spent $20,000 of his mom's money on Fortnite and Twitch. $20,000.
Pretty sure my parents would have killed me.
I would not be here right now.
Absolutely not.
If I spent $20,000 on anything, I'd be
dead. Yeah.
I would be sold. I would be set up for adoption after they hurt me.
Immediately.
A lot.
Immediately.
But that's not all. Apparently, this has been a problem for a little past few years. A couple years ago, he spent $10,000 from his brother's credit card on Fortnite. Disabled mom from Europe, her 10-year-old son spent $1,000 from her bank card on Fortnite.
On Fortnite?
On Fortnite. This is kind of a trend right now. Everything's Fortnite right now.
That is ridiculous.
Mother from Europe talked about her son spending their entire food and electricity money on $1,200 on Fortnite.
Yep. My parents would have kicked me to the curb.
It's $10,000, even $1,200.
$500 is still too much.
I mean, as one mother's disabled, so they may not have a lot of money anyways.
In what? I wonder what. Like just skins? How you gonna spend 20 grand in skin? That's ridiculous.
I mean, it's kid. I mean, if you don't play video games, if you're not a parent who plays games, you don't know. Like, you just, hey mom, can I have your credit card number so I can buy the skin? It's only $2. Like, okay, here you go. And they may even put it in for them, but they don't realize that once you put it in,
it stays in there.
It stays in there, and all they have to do is, ooh, I want this. Ooh, mom's credit card, information already in there. Hey, another skin. Oh, hey, look at this. I want this. Another, mom's credit card's already in there. Another skin, and $2 turns to $20,000.
God,
real quick.
Could you imagine your kid does that to you?
How is there $20,000 worth of stuff to spend on that?
That's another good question.
I mean, I guess some of it was Twitch too.
That's
still a lot. It's really becoming a problem, and I guess it's been a while for. I mean, I know a friend of mine, a grown man, his grown sister spent like $10,000 on Farmville. Yeah, buying tractors and cows and whatever crap you can buy for Farmville. Yeah, a mobile phone video game.
Good Lord.
Farmville, $10,000. Oh, I remember when I was a kid, my cousins spent like $700-800 calling the new kids on the block.
You're in big trouble.
But they had to work. Like, they had to pay off every penny of that in physical manual labor.
Oh, I don't have to do it too. They're lucky that's all they got,
right? But yeah, this is starting to become a really big issue that even the government's starting to crack down on this stuff. Europe is cracking down pretty hard on this. Australia, of course, they have
banned loot boxes, right?
Yeah, Australia has. They have the consumer protection, like a board, like a group that's really serious about the consumers. As a matter of fact, they sued Sony because
They sued Sony?
Yeah, they sued Sony earlier this year.
Really? I didn't know
for misleading from a game or something like that, and Sony's like, oh, well, we're not giving you refunds. And Australia's like, yes, you are. And so, I mean, there are seriously in Europe starting to crack down on it, and now it's starting to get attention over here. There's a senator named Josh Hawley, I think I'm saying his name right, from Missouri, plans to introduce a bill called the Protecting Children from Abusive Games Act. It would prevent the sale of loot boxes, which contains random collection of items and pay-to-win models. Ban microtransactions as marketed towards kids. There's that stuff. So that might be something that's gonna start happening. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't want the government.
I can see it being
in my video
bad,
game,
but I don't like politics in my game.
Yeah, I don't want them paying attention to it. They do enough as it is. With, I mean, if you let them in with this, and they come in and they start, yeah, they're not just gonna be like, okay, we got this, y'all have it. We're gonna let go of our authority over it. They never do that.
No,
you let them in, they start paying attention to this, and when they get done with this, they'll be like, oh, we need to start regulating violence in video games because of children. They already been trying to do that for decades, and it's not gonna. You know, once they get control, they're gonna be in control. So, I do agree that something's got to happen with these loot boxes because it's getting ridiculous. I think it's one of the worst for consumers. It's one of the worst ideas for video games that you could have. For the company, it's brilliant because it's literally billions of dollars that they earn off of that. They don't earn that. They earn more money off of loot boxes than they do game sales.
Was it
console sales?
GTA 5, right? Broke all the records. Like literally billions
I think
of dollars.
So. I think so.
Highest grossing.
Yeah, Madden, 2K, all like 2K, the 2K20, making crazy money off of loot boxes.
That's crazy.
And so, I mean, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if they banned them outright. But at the same time, I don't want them paying attention to. I don't want the government getting involved.
Shouldn't get that far.
Shouldn't. But I might be heading that way. $20,000. It's starting to happen enough that it's getting people's attention.
Parents, pay attention to your kids.
Yeah. Pay attention to what they're doing. Your video game is not your babysitter.
Right.
That's my TED Talk. Okay. All right, and what do we have next?
I got a good one for you. Do you remember that old TV network that was like specifically for gamers?
Yeah.
It was G4?
Yeah.
It's coming back.
Really?
Yeah. So it's in the works right now. There's no launch date just yet, but it's supposed to be next year sometime, and it's looking like, my guess is supposed to be probably like Netflix or something, where you pay. Is it
gonna be a
or maybe
streaming?
It might be service. Like a streaming platform, which would suck. But it's also owned by NBC Universal division of, which is also like Dish Network, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I have to look into that some more, but I don't know if they're going to bring it back to cable or what yet. But they announced, it's probably 2 weeks ago now, with a awesome video saying that we never stopped playing.
Nice.
So
I love G4. I remember when they switched to G4.
It was like what? Tech TV?
Tech TV, yeah, I remember when they made the switch, they had called Screensavers, which eventually is what became Attack of the Show.
And then we had X-Play.
Yeah, X-Play came on when G4 was on. Those
Campus
are the
PD. Towards the end,
cops.
A lot of cops.
I don't think they're bringing that one back.
Yeah, so
that's cool. I wonder what shows they're gonna bring back. I'm sure Attack of the Show and X-Play. They've got to bring those two back because those are the biggest. Those are the last like two that were esports would be good. But Xbox X-Play and Attack of the Show, those are the last 2 shows that were on there. Those were the most successful ones they had.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually it was just Xbox and Cops.
Yeah. Now I don't know also if they're bringing any of the old personalities back, like Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb.
I was like Adam Sessler.
Kevin Pereira.
Yeah.
Obviously, Olivia Munn's not coming back. She's gone on to bigger, better things.
Yeah, she got her start on Attack of the Show. I remember that.
But a lot of the old hosts are kind of rallying and want Xavier Woods to maybe host a show.
That'd be cool. That'd bring on a whole new fan base. Like, or I say new fan base. It's thousands of people, thousands of fans.
I think
it's a new day.
1 or 2 million subscribers on YouTube.
Bring them all to G4. That'd be a good
pretty cool
jumping off point.
Yeah,
that's cool. I'm excited. I hope that it's not like a streaming thing.
That would be
like you said. Like what was it say? NBC owns it. Hopefully it's not like a NBC streaming service. You can watch
NBC
G4.
Universal Media, which is also Comcast.
Yeah.
So maybe it's going to be a channel, maybe not.
I hope so.
It
started off because it started off at first it was like games for TV, and then they showed it to G4 TV.
Yeah.
And then it was awesome at first. It was nothing has ever been on TV like that before.
Nothing. It was special. It was just for
nerds.
Gamers and,
nerds.
It was just for us.
Yeah. And then as time progressed, it started getting kind of bad.
Yeah, it went downhill.
I love Cops. I love serious Cops, but
those ones are the best.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I said. They showed nothing but Cops, and they always showed the exact same episodes every week.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it was just nothing but reruns.
Yeah. So hopefully, I'm sure, like you said, with the esports, and
I think of the esports, if they pick up like some esports stuff.
Yeah, games.
I think it'll be pretty cool.
I think they'll take it more seriously now because games are...
Esports has blown up in the last, 5-10 years?
Yeah, well, just video games. It's become a major media outlet. It's not just toys anymore. It's actual, like billions of dollars by itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Hopefully. Hopefully it'll just be on this channel.
Right.
I'm not buying another streaming service just to watch G4 as much as I love G4.
Yeah, that would kind of put a damper on everything.
Yeah.
But who knows? If it's done right, who knows?
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have a very early development Horizon Zero Dawn movie.
You're lying.
That's supposed to be coming out now. There's no real information about when it's coming out or what it's going to be about, but they do have some actors on board. They have Leslie Ewan, I think that's how you say her name. She's done some movies and some TV. She voiced Gaia on Horizon Zero Dawn game. John McMillan is another person who's on. He showed up in a few movies. He's done Fury, King Lear, Maleficent. He's been in World War Z. He's done some voice acting. He did for Blood and Truth, which is awesome, which is a fantastic VR game for PS.
Oh, dude. So
PSVR is like an action, like Die Hard, in VR.
Probably one of my, it's probably my number one VR game.
Yeah, it's probably the best VR game on PS4. Maybe Iron Man VR. That one was pretty good, but it was really good. He also voiced Varl on Horizon Zero Dawn. It's kind of cool though that they're bringing on these actors that were in the series in it, because that doesn't happen a lot. Most of the time it's a complete recast because they want really big names in it, and they want people that's going to bring in tickets, so they don't bring the series actors, especially video game actors, into it. So it's pretty cool that they're actually sticking with these people and bringing them in. But there is one big name that might be attached to it, and that's Jennifer Lawrence has been in talks to play Aloy.
Yeah.
So there's one big name. So yeah, that's as far as, and we're not completely sure if she is completely on board, if she signed with them yet, but they're in talks, trying to see if that's going to happen, which I'm sure it will.
I don't see why I wouldn't.
Yes, and yeah, that's about all that's really known about it. And so I'm kind of excited about that. I don't know though. There's the track record for video game movies is not very good.
Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers. I love that movie. I don't care. I don't care if it sucks. I love that movie.
It's fantastic. I don't care.
I love the fact that the entire cast was hammered throughout the entire production.
That's probably why it was so much fun.
I think Bob Hoskins was. I think him. Yeah, he was. From what I read, I think him and
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper. I think they were both of them were like lit. And then their entire.
Sorry
Whim of a Madman.
Wrong
Whim
movie.
of a Madman.
Still great. The Whim of a Madman.
But so yeah, I don't care. I like that movie. I know it sucks, but I like it.
One of my
But
favorites too.
most of them are not very good. U-Balls is definitely a terrible. He's made quite a few game movies, and they've been awful. Blood Rain, fantastic to watch, but horrible movies. Blood Rain is. It's almost a work of art of how bad that movie is. So much fun to watch, but so movie games don't have a good track record. But as we were talking about earlier, games being taken a little bit more seriously now.
Maybe it'll do good.
Maybe they'll actually take this serious. They got plenty of content. I mean, there's plenty of.
It shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, I mean they have plenty of content.
Yeah, shouldn't be too hard.
So yeah, as far as we know, there's no information out other than who's acting in it and probables and stuff like that. So we're just something to pay attention to and see what happens. I think that's all we got for that.
I'm next, huh?
Yeah, you're next.
So, there's a game coming out in like probably 30 days or so by now.
Mm-hmm.
You've gone on the record saying you don't want it.
Yeah.
Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah, I don't care about the game.
Why not?
I haven't watched anything. I watched the first trailer that they dropped on E3, and I don't care.
Like last year?
I don't want to play that. Yeah.
You haven't watched anything since then?
I haven't watched anything since then because I don't care. I don't care.
Why?
Because they don't have the Avengers in there.
It's the Avengers. It's called the Avengers.
They have some of the Avengers in there. They don't have all of the Avengers in there.
Well, who's missing?
They don't have Hawkeye. And if you don't have Hawkeye, then you're not the Avengers. I don't care. I see pictures like people like paint stuff on wood, and they'll have Hulk, they'll have Thor, they'll have Iron Man. Sometimes they'll even have Black Widow, which is what they have in the game, but they don't have Hawkeye, and I don't care about it. If they have Hawkeye. He's my favorite. He's my favorite Avenger. He's the best Avenger.
Why?
Because he's badass. He's the most badass out of all of them. Because he's not a god. He's not a bajillionaire with a fancy suit. He's not some raging monster that impervious to damage. It only gets more powerful the more you hit him. He's just a dude. Him and Black Widow, they're just people, and they completely kick ass.
But Black Widow's in it.
I know. So why don't they have Hawkeye in it? I mean, in the Avengers, he almost single-handedly took out the entire Avengers team, dropped them out of the sky. And if it wasn't for Black Widow tugging on the old heartstrings, we wouldn't have Avengers 2 and 3 and all the awesome... We would have 10 years of Avengers.
Right.
It would have ended with year 1. And all the other Avenger movies, he's always... granted, he may not take the most out, but he's always, if you watch, he's always exactly where he needs to be to save the day completely. Like, if he wasn't there, they would lose almost every battle. And he's there exactly where he needs to be, when he needs to be there to save the day. And he's my favorite, and I miss him.
What if I told you that Hawkeye will be in the Avengers in a free post-launch update? Free. Not sure how late afterwards. But
Is he gonna?
It's free.
For sure.
As far as I know right now, it's free.
Okay.
And he's got...
I may have to get it.
He's got his own story arc.
Does he?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe.
Which is pretty awesome.
I might have to try then. Why wouldn't you have him in there at the beginning, though? Why does he have to be DLC? And you can't say, well, it's because, you know, you have the other guys are too powerful. He's not powerful enough. You have Black Widow in there, which I love Black Widow. I think she's awesome. But if she's in there, you have Hawkeye in there.
Well,
day one.
So far, he's supposed to have his own in-depth story mission.
That's awesome. That's my
like
two.
Full chain.
That's one of like Avengers 2 is my favorite because
it's unique from the campaign, the original campaign.
Really?
So he has his own story in the game.
Nice.
Pretty
okay,
awesome,
then
right?
I might have to play. I'm not playing it until he's in there though. If it's not day one launch, if you're not in the day one, I'm not buying it day one. I'm buying it until he's in there.
They're supposed to add more Avengers as time goes on.
That's cool.
I don't know who all is coming, but
he is the bottom line. If they don't have him,
more.
Until they have him, I don't care.
There'll be 4 more, 3 apart from Hawkeye, and it says they are coming in the immediate future.
I'm sure Ant-Man will be one.
Ant-Man and Wasp?
Well, yeah, maybe a bit Wasp. Yeah.
Oh, and I heard Spider-Man's part of it too.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So
you can put all of them in there. If you don't have Hawkeye, I still don't care. But if they put him in, that's fine. I'm just not gonna get it until he's in there, though.
But what if you have to work for him? Or like to unlock him?
That's stupid.
Would you be mad about that?
I don't even know how the game plays. Is it? Do you have to play each character going through a section?
That I don't know.
Is it open world? It doesn't look like it's open world.
Yet.
Looks like it's linear.
The beta for pre-orders for the PS4 drops Friday, the 7th.
This Friday?
Yes. And then for PC and Xbox pre-orders is the 14th. And then 7 days after that, for everyone else, on the 21st, is beta for everyone else.
The 7th, 14th, and 21st.
7th, 14th, 21st.
Well, I'll probably try it. I'll probably have to try the beta to see.
I think it's going to be pretty fun. I've been excited about it since day one.
I love the Avengers. But it makes me mad that people leave Hawkeye out. And if they leave anybody out, it's always Hawkeye. And I don't understand that. Because he's always been like the voice of reason. You know, you have Captain America, who's Mr. Boy Scout, good guy, which I like. You know, I love Captain America. He is one of my favorites. I mean, the shield thing is freaking awesome. You have Iron Man, which is like the bad guy, the bad boy. You know, he's like the
billionaire.
Yeah, he's like the cool guy.
Yeah.
You know, the anti-authority establishment kind of guy. So, you know, he's always cool. And then you have Hulk, who may go freakazoid whenever at any moment.
He's usually pretty calm though.
Yeah.
Until he gets mad.
Yeah. And then, but Hawkeye is always kind of the voice of reason. He's always kind of the.
It's. I don't know.
Yeah. That's why Avengers 2 was my favorite. Some people don't like it, but I like it because it really heavily concentrates on him. And it's like, wow, they really.
But what about when his family died and he turned into Ronin? See,
that was awesome too. That's the one thing that really got me for the last Avengers movie. When they teased him about being Ronin, I was like, oh my god.
I need a Ronin.
I
need a Ronin spinoff movie, story arc, whatever.
There's Hawkeye going ape shit, turning into Ronin.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They need to have them. They need to have that in the game. As long as they have him in there, I'm cool with it. I'll probably have to check it out. It's just I can't wait now. But he needs to be in them pretty early though.
What if part of his own storyline is Ronin?
That'd be cool. I like that character. I like him. Even though when he's Ronin, he's no longer Hawkeye. I like that character. I like Hawkeye. That's why I like him. And plus, he's a bow and arrow guy. everybody loves bow and arrow. Bow and arrow guys are the best. They're the coolest. I mean, name one bow and arrow guy that sucks.
Legolas.
Legolas is awesome. He's the best. He's the coolest of them. You know, he was my favorite.
He's
and
pretty
Robin
awesome.
Hood. Robin Hood is awesome. He's a bow and arrow guy. That other bow and arrow guy is really cool.
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. Yeah, I love Green Arrow. I always liked Hawkeye better though than Green Arrow, but yeah. So yeah, the bow and arrow guys are awesome, and Hawkeye is awesome, and just him as a character. So when he switches to Ronin, still awesome because now he's like untethered, like just rage.
Does whatever the hell he wants,
Yeah,
whenever the hell he
just
wants.
going out. He's like Punisher mode. Which
Pretty awesome.
Punisher's my favorite, but yeah.
So I'm super excited that he's coming.
Yeah.
He may not be one of my favorites, like he is yours. I mean, I enjoy his story arc and everything, but I am glad that he's coming.
Yeah, I'm glad they finally
so that maybe
came around.
A newer generation can get to know something that's been left out for so long.
Right.
I think it's awesome.
That's cool. I'm excited. I'm excited now. I just want to play as Hawkeye. Like if you can, I mean, I would play as all of them, but if you can pick and choose, I would definitely play as him. If it was like an open world and you could pick which one, he's going to be the one I pick the most.
Well, yeah,
because of me, because I love him.
His own story arc. That's awesome.
I know, that's cool.
That's exciting.
That's cool. Hopefully, yeah. Okay.
What else you got?
Next, we have a Star Wars update. Okay. So this is a weird Star Wars update. Ray Park, the actor behind Darth Maul, has gotten he may not be Darth Maul anymore. He kind of got in some trouble over some Instagram photos.
It wasn't a photo. It was a video.
It was him, video, moving pictures of him receiving laundry.
Laundry?
I guess is a nice way to put that. Yeah, he was receiving laundry on Instagram.
Laundry?
Yeah. He's receiving laundry. I mean, I guess we could have said he was getting blowies, but that might get us censored.
I mean,
so he was.
We don't really have to worry about that.
Yeah, I know. Well, apparently these videos have been released, and Disney does not want that hurting their image, their squeaky clean image, I guess. And so so they're gonna, so he may not be Darth Maul. Probably not gonna be Darth Maul.
I found that ridiculous.
Yeah. So nobody really knows. I mean, I guess some stuff has been coming to light now, but at first people thought it might have been apparently it's from his point of view. And people thought it might have been like revenge porn from his wife, for his wife, because they were supposedly fighting at the time.
Yeah, so I don't see how these people that are attacking them are doing this, or why. Because basically, they're going after his wife.
That's so stupid.
Saying that he did it because she was cheating on him.
Yeah. And
then they're going after the kids, saying like, "Oh, they're not his kids. She was cheating on him all these years, yada yada yada." And she went out and was like, "Listen here, you little d-bags. I have never ever cheated on him. We've been together for 24 years, and for anybody coming after me or my children, I will not have it."
Right. That's ridiculous. Don't go after the kids. Don't go after the family.
No, it was.
I mean, if you have a problem with him doing it,
was totally a mistake. It was an accident. I don't know how you don't see that when you post it, but stranger things have happened, right?
Yeah, don't go after the wife and kids. If you're going after the wife and kids, you just stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, it ain't. Don't do that shit.
That's terrible.
It's appalling.
I don't know how you accidentally released that though. I mean, I guess he could have done it for attention, but he doesn't need attention. He's Darth Maul.
He's amazing.
He's already got his career and he's already got his fame. He's Darth Maul in the movies. He voiced Darth Maul in the Clone Wars and Rebels. There's supposed to be talk of a Darth Maul series, maybe. There was
not anymore.
Wasn't sure if that wasn't guaranteed, but there was kind of a little bit of hubbub about it. And so he didn't need to do it for popularity like the Kardashians did.
No shit.
But so I can't imagine.
It's more smashian.
It's more smashian. But I guess I can imagine doing that on purpose. Him having to do that on purpose. So
not at all.
That sucks because dude, he is Darth Maul. Like Darth Maul is created by George Lucas, but the actor has just as much creation in the character as Lucas did.
Yeah.
So I mean, he made that. He made Darth Maul. Yeah. And so just to kick him out like that, I don't know, man. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that.
No, they shouldn't.
I mean, who else are you gonna get to play Darth Maul? Who else can pull it off like that? I don't think there's anybody else. I think the only person who could even come close to it maybe is Andy Serkis. Maybe he played Gollum. I mean, he would have the agility somewhat, but I don't even think he could do it. I don't think he could quite fit that role. Maybe. Wasn't he like a martial artist? He was like a legit
Shaolin.
Shaolin
Kung Fu.
Shaolin Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very showy, very beautiful.
Yeah.
Movements.
One of my favorite. I love Shaolin.
I feel like them canceling him just for something like that is ridiculous.
Yeah. I guess you can say he was mauled by cancel culture.
Every time I hear it. It's just terrible. Why am I friends with you?
Ooh, that was good.
Are you crying?
No, I'm not crying.
You're crying. I can see it.
Ooh,
it's not that funny.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully this all blows over and he decides, and then they let him back. I hope they do, but who knows?
I hope they do too. Because like I said,
as of right now, he's out though. And one more a bit of Star Wars update, which is not as gross or weird, is there's probably a Luke Skywalker miniseries coming to Disney Plus. I gotta be honest, I love Disney Plus. I know like it's just another streaming service, but with all the Star Wars content and stuff they have on there, they've won me over.
They have a lot.
Like Mandalorian was amazing.
Mandalorian was very good.
If you tuned in to our last or our first plug-in, you can see that they're gonna put out a lot of Star Wars content for Disney Plus. But this is another one, the Luke Skywalker miniseries, and there's not a lot of information about this either. They don't even know exactly. There's talking about it. They said there's two ways that they can go with this. They can either do a young Skywalker right after Return of the Jedi, where it takes place. It kind of goes between that and Force Awakens.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
To see like what happened in between there and then leading up to Kylo.
Yeah.
Dude. It'd be pretty cool.
And then,
especially if they redo the last three movies.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be pretty awesome.
It'd be pretty cool to see that. So it would take place during The Mandalorian, actually, which would make sense because they're supposed to be doing a lot of spin-offs from The Mandalorian. Or, so that's one way they could take it, to where literally they would have to bring in a new actor, you know, because he's getting a bit old. Mark Hamill's getting,
I'm sure they'll CGI
up there, and they may. And I'm sure he would, even if they did, I'm sure he would still make a lot of appearances and stuff. Maybe even as the show progresses. I don't know. But
I bet they CGI.
They'd have to, yeah, they may have to bring in a whole new actor. Not completely sure. But the other way that they can go with this is they could have it to where you see Mark Hamill as he is, and he's having flashbacks, or maybe even talking about through the years from Return of the Jedi.
Telling somebody about it? Like maybe Ray or something?
Yeah. So even then, they could bring somebody else to play him, but at least he needs to still be a part of it. Like
Hamill?
Yeah.
Well, of course.
It's like Maul, Hamill is Luke Skywalker, and it'd be hard. I mean, if anybody else comes in to play him, you're really gonna have to do a good job, because to fill those shoes, that's some huge clown shoes.
I don't remember any other movie that he was in.
Mark Hamill?
Yeah. Like, I remember, obviously, he played the Joker.
Yeah.
Voiceover for all those, but I don't remember any other actual movies.
I don't know, really, not I can think of.
He's a bad actor.
Off the top of my head, yeah, he was a good Joker. But yeah, anybody else who would come to play with him would have to really be on point.
They have to be.
Unless they're very large shoes, clown-sized shoes that you would have to fill. So they could go either way. They haven't really, as far as now, they really haven't decided yet. There's tons of like extended universe and Legends universe that they could pick from, and I've always been kind of interested in that. I've picked up on some stories here and there. I haven't really gotten into the Star Wars comics, but I know he had a wife, Mara Jade, so I hope they introduce her and let her come in. Yeah, she was introduced into the comics, heir to the Empire. She was Palpatine's. She was a hand of Palpatine. Apparently, like, he trained her, like, directly too.
So she was supposed to be.
Yeah. So so she is going after Luke. She wants to kill Luke because Palpatine convinced her that Vader and Luke killed Palpatine, rather than just being Vader, because it's just Vader that picked him up, threw him,
right,
yeeted him over the balcony. Yeet! Electric yeet! But so apparently Palpatine made her think that it was both of them, and so of course Vader being dead, she's going after Luke for revenge, and eventually Luke, instead of just fighting her and killing her, at some point was able to turn her, and eventually they got married. So hopefully that they have. So Ben Solo should make an appearance later on in the season, if hopefully it's successful and it's good, which it should be if Filoni and Favreau are behind it. So Ben Solo, him training him. The Knights of Ren should make an appearance, which would be awesome, because I've always wanted to know about these guys, the Knights of Ren.
Were the Knights of Ren ever mentioned before the last three movies?
They may have been in the comics. They weren't in the movies.
White. The original last three movies.
Yeah. That could come from the series if they decided to go old Skywalker.
Oh man.
Tell him back, he could like wake up in a nightmare. Oh, and what's wrong? Well, let me tell you how I used to be. I've always been kind of interested in the Knights of Ren, so hopefully they'll make an appearance in it too. Eventually down the line. I know that was closer towards. That's kind of first what started turning Ben Solo, apparently. And then eventually he became one of the Knights of Ren. which was supposed to be used in the sequels. They're supposed to be like they were heavily, like in the like in the trailers and stuff for the sequels, the Knights of Ren, and then they just didn't use.
They didn't do
anything with them.
That was the dudes in red, right?
No, those were the guards. No, the Knights of Ren was like a whole group of people. I don't know a whole lot about them. I just know they sound pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to go watch all this shit again. My brain can't handle this right now.
It's deep, man. Star Wars is super deep.
So much going on.
That's what, you talk about them, like how much depth there is to the universe of Star Wars. And so much more than just the original trilogy or the prequels, and there's so much to it. I mean, it's going to be 10 years worth of Star Wars coming out.
Good God.
So you have the Ahsoka series, you have the Kenobi series, you're gonna have the Luke series.
Pretty cool.
Maybe a Maul series. Maybe.
I hope. But what's funny is he's still advertised. Darth Maul is still advertised for almost everything.
Yeah.
Like, look here. There he is. With all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, he's amazing. Like, he's one of the most.
He's a main character.
He's one of the most popular villains. Like, almost up there with Vader. Even though Vader was first, and of course Vader is Vader, but Maul was definitely the best thing that came out of the Phantom Menace.
Very much.
Yeah. Not just his character, but even his music. Like,
we'll handle this.
We'll take the long way.
I think Maul has
the best music.
The best theme music. The Duel of the Fates, that's just an awesome. It gives me goosebumps when I listen to it sometimes. The Duel of the Fates. So yeah, so I'm excited. So there's a lot more interesting Star Wars content coming out. So who knows where they go with this? I'm kind of hoping for the older Luke telling stories about
young Luke.
Yeah.
Back in my day,
I know I was young. Not that old, but still funny.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, that's all that we have for this week. Tune in next week, and we'll have more. I'm Cinemadrue.
I'm Jellyhewby.
And we are eFFn Gaming.
You should be too.